Hey, what's going on, people? Your boy, man, Mike, coming at you guys with three keys to victory, man. I just had to do this one live and direct. Just want to kind of get you guys' thoughts on where the Atlanta Falcons are. What your thoughts on where the Atlanta Falcons are? Three keys to victory, Jacksonville Falcons, man. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You already know what to do, man. But what's good? Birds Nation, who is you know everybody who is new to the channel, um, yeah, just go and hit that subscribe button. But where to freaking start? I just start right here. Um, these are the Atlanta Falcons injuries. I'm gonna start with the injuries first. James Carpenter, sorry behind will be his sorry behind will be on the IR for the next two games with a concussion. Shane Hollow has been called up, but we already know for the most part, man, this season has pretty much been a wash. Um, I think it still have some positives. There still are some positives with Dan Quinn. Pretty much has to save his career in Atlanta with these next two games. If the Falcons go out and they play extraordinarily well, I think this is something that Dan Quinn would definitely be back if he wins these next two games after starting what 2-7. Yeah, man, the Falcons come back and they end the season at not 7-9 for the second year in a row. I think this is pretty a good coaching decision by Dan Quinn, a good coaching turnaround from Dan Quinn, understanding that he cannot be the defensive coordinator for this team, that he has to kind of let these his coaches do this thing on the defensive side of the ball because he has to understand that he's a head coach. Not everybody can be a head coach and call plays. So when you look at it, man, I think the Atlanta Falcons. I think it's pretty good, man. I think everything is pretty good, man, as far as the future is concerned. I know that's probably sound crazy as hell right now, but I like what I see from the Atlanta Falcons, man. We know for a fact that this team has talent, but we get the proper coaches around, coaches knowing what players do and maximizing these players' talent. We're going to be a good, pretty team. We're going to be a good team. Also, these are the Pro Bowl players, including alternates. There's Deion Jones, Julio Jones, Austin Hooper, Alex Mack, Ken John Bonner for special teams, as well as Josh Harris as um, the long snapper. So Falcons had a pretty good year, man. Not gonna say there was a great year again. The Falcons 7-9 with the opportunity going 79. They're sitting at 5-9 right now, but I like the turnaround what I've seen from Dan Quinn, man. But the three keys to victory started with the first one, man. I think they have to go continue to establish the run and establish the run with these two massive, big time offensive guards, offensive linemen. Starting with the guard Chris Lindstrom. I think Chris Lindstrom is one day he's going to be one of the best offensive linemen in the league. I think he's going to be one of the better guards in the league. This guy, he has a mean streak that I absolutely love. You don't find this mean streak in players like a Chris Lindstrom. He does not like to get beat. When he is beat, he comes back and he'll knock you absolutely silly. So Aaron Donald, Cam Jordan, all you guys, if you get a sack on a Chris Lindstrom, beware, because this guy's going to come back and he's going to try to knock your freaking block off. I've seen the tape, and this guy, like I said, he is physical. He is an absolute monster. You combine him with Caleb McGarry, man. This is going to be a offensive line tandem that's going to be good for years to freaking come. And I love it. I love what I see. I love the aggression when I see from these guys, man. The running game was much improved with Chris Lindstrom as the right guard. And we already know that Jamon Brown and James Carpenter were pretty much a bust. That was just stupid, idiotic signings by none other than Thomas Dimitrov. But those picks, we got to give all the credit to your boy. All right, he's no longer with the team, but Scott Pioli, he was the guy that was pretty much in charge of. I've been doing some research, and I'm going to get to the video, um, the final video on Thomas Dimitrov, and what he's done since he's been in the Atlanta Falcons GM. I'm going to get down to the nitty gritty, but when you look at it, man, this guy hasn't been a good GM, but those picks, Caleb McGarry, as well as Chris Lindstrom, my opinion, my strong opinion, is that this was most likely Scott Pioli. That kind of uh, makes me feel as though that was one of the reasons why he left, because he got tired of being the guy. He wanted to be the GM. He was pretty much picking all the talent. He was picking all the talent, and Thomas Dimitrov was getting credit for it like he is doing. Like, no. We all know Thomas Dimitrov has had a ton of issues, a ton of problems picking talent. It doesn't matter if it's free agency, doesn't matter if it's drafting. Thomas Dimitrov has had a ton of trouble. So, look, man, I think Dan Quinn he definitely um, has his work cut out for him. All right. Dan Quinn has his work cut out for him, and Thomas Dimitrov dang sure has his work cut out for him. But the Falcons, if they want to continue, if they want to win, and at least show the Falcons somewhat of a, if they want to show the Falcons fans just something of improvement, then they have to come out and run the ball. All right, we know that the Falcons, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, are probably one of the best one-two punches in the league as far as quarterbacks is concerned. Quarterback and receivers are concerned. Um, I just think since we know that we can pass the ball, we need to continue to establish the run and establish the run with those two big, massive guards. Freeman, who I don't expect to be back. Uh, Quadri Olison, I think he definitely needs in the last two games of the season. We got to showcase his talent. We got to showcase what he can do. Give him more carries. Give him more carries. We got to give Quadri Olison more carries. The quad squad. All right, we're waiting. We're absolutely waiting for this guy to do his thing. All right, so when you look at Quadri Olison, man, I think he's a physical running back. And look, man, if we want to get back to grinding it out, getting back to the Super Bowl, and having teams that they're pretty much just afraid of the Atlanta Falcons, man, we have to get back to running the football and a physical style of running the football. All right. So Quadri Olison is going to be interesting to see if he's going to get some carries on the next couple of games, because we like I said, we know for a fact that the Falcons have been known to be a soft team. All right. My boy Dunn at the Fila Sports Podcast, he had an interview with guys at the Ravens SB Nation site, the writers at that site. They pretty much stated that a lot of the players, when they play the Atlanta Falcons, they know for a fact that one thing, that they're going to come out passing the ball, and all we have to do is just out physical these guys. So when a defense and other teams who write for other teams, a lot of these journalists who write for other teams, they know that all you have to do is, come and punch Atlanta Falcons in the mouth, because all they're gonna do is what? Run the ball, pass the ball. Yeah, we got to get back to running it, man. We got to get back to being physical. That 1998 style, that Dirty Bird, Jamal Anderson. We got to get back to that Michael Turner, 2010, 2012. We got to get back to that, man. We got to get back to smashing people in the mouth. This is not going to win. All this prissy passing the ball, throwing the ball 50 times a game, this is not going to win championships. It's going to look good. It's going to sell tickets, but it's not going to win championships. So the Falcons have to get back. The Falcons must get back to physical style of playing football. And like I said, Corey Olsen, he's going to play a tremendous, tremendous part in the future for the Atlanta Falcons. So when you look at it, man, like I said, I'm all cool with Matt Ryan throwing the ball. I'm all cool with Julio being Julio. But if we want to win championship, dog, we're talking about winning championships and installing fear in teams. We got to get back to smash mouth football. We got to get back to running the football. All right. And that's something that we've always had. You go back to Matt Ryan, his early years. We can go back to Michael Vick. We've always had a running game, and for whatever reason, like I said, I understand why they did it. I know that passing the ball, scoring points, that sells tickets, and it is exciting. Oftentimes, nobody want to see Matt Ryan drop back 40 times. All right, nobody really wants to see that. They want to see exciting running. They want to see exciting, deep ball throws. I understand it. But that's not going to win championships. And I am interested in winning championship and playing defense, running the ball, having a balanced offense. That's something that's going to win championships. I'm up. I'm here I'm here to win championships. That's what I want to see. So when you look at it, man, like I said before, running the ball, Dirk Cutter, establish the run, and the second one. Look, man, I've said this before. I said this before. Y'all can hate on Vic Beasley all you want. You can hate on Vic Beasley all you want. But if he continues, if he continues his good play for the next couple of games, we might be seeing Vic Beasley come back. We might be seeing Vic Beasley come back, dog. Because there's not a replacement for him on the team currently. And the Falcons do love him. The players love him. The coaches love him. I don't know about the fans outside of myself. We don't really love Vic Beasley like that. But, man, if he and Grady Jarrett come out and play well this next game, all right, and that's the second key to get victory. No Tack McKinley, who's been lost to yet another shoulder injury. Um, Falcons, if you get play out of Vic Beasley, man, y'all can wrap it up, dog. You can wrap it up. All your hopes that Vic Beasley won't come back will be dead. Dead and gone, dead and gone. All right? That just will be dead and gone. Come on, stop. 68 million. No, that's not how that works, bro. I know people want to shortchange pass rushers and whatnot, but that's not how that works. Vic Beasley will not be getting anything lower than those $6 to $8 million. That is an absolute slap in the face for anybody in this league that is getting 7 to 8 sacks a year. 7 to 10 sacks a year. That's a minimum of $10 million a year. All right, just look at your stats, bro. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like it, people. But that's a slap in the face for any pass rusher. An average pass rusher in this league is going to get you $10 million. So, you might, like I said, you ain't going to like it. You may not like what I'm saying. You may not like how much Vic Beasley is getting paid. But that's the facts, bro. Michael, he's not no Vic Beasley. He's not a double-digit sack now. He's not consistent. Oh, Vic Beasley, he sucks. Oh, Vic Beasley isn't consistent. Well, he's leading the damn team in sacks. He got the same amount of sacks as guess who? Von Miller. He has almost the exact same number as DeMarcus Lawrence, and both of these guys are getting paid $17 million. So you're going to tell me that Vic Beasley doesn't deserve at least $10 million? Come on, stop it, people. Stop it. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. Vic Beasley definitely deserves that. Anyone, any linebacker, outside linebacker, any defensive end, if these guys are getting 7 to 8 sacks a season, these guys are getting at the very least, $10 million a year. You don't have to take my word for it. But I implore you guys to look at the league average as far as sacks and what these guys are getting. And guys who are getting somewhere between 6 to 8 sacks a season, yeah, these guys are getting $10 million plus. So the fact that you guys is saying that Vic B doesn't deserve, well, the market doesn't say that. The market says he's actually getting exactly what he deserves. So again, man, not trying to hurt. I'm not trying to bash you guys and say you're wrong, but you're wrong. You're wrong. Vic Beasley is getting exactly what he deserves. All right, so but he is. All right, Michael, but he is. Okay, but he is. He's getting that. You don't have to like it. You don't, but he's going to get it. All right. I've said this before. When Vic Beasley is being used the correct way, he's going to get what he deserves. You're going to see his talent. And so when you look at it, man, this man said, "Shine." Look, Adrian Claiborne. I like Adrian Claiborne. I can see him coming back. I can definitely see Adrian Claiborne back. But I want to see Falcons um, continue to showcase their talent. I want to see Grady Jarrett and Vic B continue to do what they do, man. And that's the second key. If the Falcons want to win this game against the Jaguars, I think Vic Beasley and Grady Jarrett, Lord have mercy, Grady Jarrett, Grady Jarrett. These guys are going to have to. I think these guys are definitely going to have to do what they do best and use their athleticism, use their quickness. And Grady Jarrett got to show us why he's a Pro Bowler, man. Got to show him why he's a Pro Bowler, why he's that damn good, why he was elected. He's that damn good. So Grady Jarrett, Vic Beasley, those guys are going to have to continue to get after the quarterback, wreak havoc, make plays, which they've done this year. So like that's the second key to victory, man. Falcons, Vic Beasley, Grady Jarrett, these guys are going to have to continue to get after the quarterback. And we know Jacksonville doesn't really have a good offensive line or a team. So that's it. And third one, man, I think this is probably the most important. The most important is the coaching, man. The coaching, the coaching, the coaching. Dan freaking Quinn. Dan Quinn, baby. Dan freaking Quinn. I think this is going to be the the last curtain call where it's going to be a curtain call, or it's going to be one of those games where Dan Quinn solidifies himself, or at least makes it even more difficult for Arthur Blank to fire him as a head coach. If he wins the next 2 games and showcase improvement on the defensive side of the ball, I think the Atlanta Falcons will be all right. All right, I think the Falcons will be all right if Dan Quinn shows improvement in the next 2 games. That's what it's all about. I know a lot of Falcons fans are upset because I'm still upset about how this year went. We could have at least, at the very least, won. If we end up winning 7 games, yeah, that start is going to look even worse. All right, the start of the season is going to look even worse, especially if we win the next 2 games. All right, end up 79 for the second seed in a row. All right, so when you look at it, man, I think Dan Quinn and this coaching staff. I like what I've seen from Ulbrich. I love what I've seen from Ulbrich and Raheem Morris. Those guys are definitely our play callers. But this is all for Dan Quinn. You win the next 2 games. I feel personally you will solidify yourself as the Atlanta Falcons head coach. Um, Returning as the Atlanta Falcons head coach. And look, man, don't know about Thomas Dimitrov. I just don't want to talk about him. All right, I've been looking at his numbers for the past few games, the past few days, and I just don't like what I see from Thomas Dimitrov. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I just don't like what I've seen from him. don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. I just don't like it. This guy has done absolutely nothing when it comes down to drafting, signing free agents. Thomas Dimitrov don't know what the hell he's doing. And he's put this team in so many bad, bad situations with his lack of drafting, the lack of, the contracts. He's putting the Falcons, he's put the Falcons in some bad contracts. Bad contracts. He's still paying guys like Tyson Jackson. He's still paying guys like Sam Baker because of his bad contracts. So I'm disgusted, to be honest. Poe, you guys are talking about something. But yeah, I just don't see the Atlanta Falcons, man. The next couple of games is going to be really it's definitely going to be hard to fire Dan Quinn if he definitely wins the next two games. It's going to be difficult. He's going to make it difficult for Arthur Blank to fire him. Not to say that it won't happen, because Arthur Blank wants to win championships. It's all about winning games, and if you're not winning games in this league, you're not going to be a head coach very long. So when you look at it, man, who will win this game, Falcons or Jaguars? I gotta go with the Falcons, man. We just have too much talent, just way too much talent. Jacksonville is going nowhere soon, nowhere fast, man. I don't like the college OT rules. I think the Falcons. I think the NFL is fine where they are as far as the rules are concerned. The overtime rules. You can't. No, I don't like it. The college is college and the pros is pros. I think you just continue to have different. I don't think you should have the same type of rules as far as the pros and amateur college concerned. I don't like it, honestly. College is college and pros is pros. Just let that be. But yeah, like I said before, man, I don't think the Atlanta Falcons. I don't think the Atlanta Falcons have made a solid decision as to what will happen with Dan Quinn. But I think for the most part, everything they've decided what they're going to do with Thomas Dimitrov. And like I said, I've seen a couple of things. I've done my research the last couple of days, and I've seen some things, and we've talked about some things. But I know for a fact that they pretty much came down to the conclusion as it pertains to Thomas Dimitrov. What will happen, we will see. But how many defensive tackles we gonna? Look, I'm gonna get to the draft, man. Give me another week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I'm gonna give you guys all of my draft. Stay tuned for that. All right, all of my draft thoughts, man. But the only reason why I have yet to pick on the draft because I want to see what the Atlanta Falcons are going to do as far as their head coach and general manager is concerned because I don't want to give you guys false information. We saying we're going to get a Chase Young and we end up signing two linebackers, not outside linebackers, well, defensive end and free agency, bring back Vic Beasley, and then we end up looking crazy because I gave you guys, college players to look out for. We end up, not getting those guys. So I want to see who's the head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. I want to see who's the general manager for the Atlanta Falcons. Should they decide to bring in a guy like a Rex Ryan, bringing a guy like Wade Phillips, a defensive coordinator who knows what he's doing. Maybe he would want his project player on the defensive side of the ball. So we don't know. We don't know. We don't know what will happen with this Atlanta Falcons team, man. They could end up shoot, we don't know. I just don't know what the Atlanta Falcons are going to do. I think it's kind of silly to think about who the Atlanta Falcons are going to draft. We don't even know if Dan Quinn is going to be back. We don't even know if Thomas Dimitroff is going to be back. So the draft, it is coming. I think I'll give my ideas somewhere in the next couple of weeks. But when it comes down to it, man, Jack Crawford is actually a free agent. So I don't expect Jack Crawford to be back. Allen Bailey, I don't expect him to be back. Falcons just going to make some big time moves. We could possibly see. Um, hmm, we can definitely possibly see. That's a good one. We can definitely see Davidson come back. I like what he's done, Tyler Davidson. He's definitely solidified that nose tackle position alongside Grady Jarrett. He did a wonderful job this year, but when you look at it, like I said before, man, the Falcons, we got some explaining to do. We got some things to look at. We don't know what's going to happen in free agency. We don't know if these guys are going to get fired. We don't know who's going to stay, who's going to go. So why focus on the draft at this point? I know a couple of guys that I do like, and that's I like Brown and I like Chase Young. I think he's a pretty good prospect, but when it comes down to it, man, it's like why get into it right now? Why get into that right now? Yeah, we definitely should keep Tyler Davidson. I like what I see from Tyler Davidson. Um, First defensive tackle with a first and second. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about a defensive tackle. If the defensive tackle isn't Derek Brown in the first, I'm not getting the defensive tackle. Because, like I said, we have Grady Jarrett, but um, we don't know. We still don't know. Like, what's the point of bringing in a defensive tackle when we don't have a defensive end outside of Tack McKinley returning next season? Vic Beasley will be a free agent. Okay, Vic Beasley will be a free agent, and um, Adrian Claiborne will be a free agent. So I don't see the Atlanta Falcons. Um, if Derek Brown isn't there, why? Why? I don't get it. I don't know. I don't see the Atlanta Falcons going after a corner unless this corner they feel like this corner is absolutely elite. He's a can't miss Deion Sanders type prospect. Ed Reed, these types of special players at defensive back. Um, I don't see the Falcons. That's just my opinion. I can see them, possibly thinking about it, but I just can't see them pulling the trigger on a corner. I just can't do it. You have Sheffield, you have Oliver, you have True Fun is not going anywhere, and you have Jordan Miller. We don't know what Jordan Miller could be, so I just don't see the Falcons, going after a corner. Drafting a running back in a third round or second round, that's crazy. I just don't see it, man. Especially with the defensive line help issues, we need defensive lineman. We need a defensive tackle. We need a defensive uh, end. I just don't see it. I don't see why would you do that. I think offensive line, a guard slash a center also, because we don't know for a fact. Alex Mack could possibly decide he wants to take calls it quits. We can see it. He decided he just doesn't want to play football. He had enough. So I can definitely see that happen. Judge Waiter was good. Um, I know a lot of people are saying Isaiah Simmons as linebacker. I'm not. sold on Simmons being an Atlanta Falcons. I think we already have a Simmons type linebacker in Deion Jones. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe that's a good way to go because you can kind of do a number of things with Isaiah Simmons. But it's more unlikely than likely that the Falcons would draft a linebacker. They would have to see that this linebacker Simmons is absolutely special, in my opinion. If this guy is going to be a, if this guy is definitely going to be a first round pick, I just don't see a linebacker in this draft that I feel as though is the real deal. So yeah, man. When it all comes down to it, three keys to victory, man. The Falcons have to run the ball. Vic B, Grady Jarrett have to get after the quarterback, and the coaching from Dan Quinn. His defense has to continue to improve. Um, but that's it, man. That's it. I appreciate everybody for tuning in to this special, all right, special live three keys to victory for the Atlanta Falcons, man. I love talking and chatting with you guys. But if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Continue to support your boy. All right, to support your boy, man. Everything you do, every super chat that you guys give, it go directly into creating more content, buying more equipment for the Atlanta. For this channel, man. So I appreciate everybody, what everybody does for this channel, man. But again, one more thought. Again, I just want to go over this one thing. All right, one thing about Alex Mack. We don't know when Alex Mack is going to call it quits. So, Sean, what's good, man? But we don't know when what Arthur Blank. Damn, Arthur Blank. Y'all got me going crazy right now. We don't know when Alex Mack is going to call it quits. So I can easily see the Falcons going offensive line again, defensive tackle or defensive end in this draft. So we don't know when things are going to come to an end. But the Falcons have to continue to build along in the trenches, man. We spent $54 million in three backups, and neither of these guys are starting right now. That should tell you a lot. That should tell you a lot. That's freaking horrible. So we got to do better than this. So we got to continue to build the trenches, dog. Improve the trenches because we've been absolutely terrible. So with that said, man, I appreciate everybody for joining this live. All right, continue to support your boy. I will be right back tomorrow. All right, I will be back tomorrow with another live. All right, so continue to support your boy. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Your boy, man, Mike is out, man. Peace.